Today, we dig a little deeper into Luke, and we do that with Doug Greenwald, who is the Senior Teaching Fellow at Preserving Bible Times. Doug, Luke had lots of choices as to what he could have included in his gospel. So why the account of Jesus and the widow of Nain?
Jim, it's always good to ask of a passage, what happened here before? In Luke 7, Luke describes Jesus' encounter with the funeral procession bearing the only son of a widow of Nain. Jesus then touches the funeral bier, the wooden pallet, carrying this dead young man, and brings him back to life. Does any of this ring any bells? How about we go back to Elisha and the Shunammite woman in the book of Kings? There we find two things. Elisha prophesies that a barren woman in the village of Shunem will give birth to a son. And then years later, when that only son dies, Elisha did exactly the same thing as Jesus. He brought back to life the only son of that Shunammite woman in 2 Kings 4. Well, where is Shunem? Just 300 meters to the southeast on the same slope of the hill Morah where Jesus is now standing in Nain. Essentially the same miracle done in essentially the same place. Well, what's going on here? In part, Jesus is saying, I come in the great prophetic tradition of Elisha and Elijah, and that would not have been lost on the citizens of Nain that day. Sometimes it really helps to ask the question, what happened here before? Because of what Elisha did with the Shunammite woman centuries before, in this same place is why Luke included this particular encounter with the widow of Nain in his gospel.
And so, history appears to have repeated itself. You can find out a lot more by digging deeper at the website, preservingbibletimes.org. And we will talk to you next on our next edition of Digging Deeper.